Hey everyone, welcome to the 225 podcast with your host, Noah Ray, Andrew Cargill, and me, Matthew Alvazati. Sweet. All right. This is it, episode number 1. So I think the best way to start is for you guys to know who we are. So I'll start. Like I said, I'm Matthew, and just kind of our lifting background to like what these people have. Well, I don't really have much knowledge, but here's what I do got. I've been lifting around 2 years now, so I'm definitely the baby here. I don't deserve to be at this table, but I am. I'm the smallest one here. Let's go lightweight. So I've been lifting about 2 years, powerlifting for like a year and a half. We all kind of powerlift, not to steal the thunder, but that's kind of like our bread and butter. And yeah, I'm. You probably see this really cool shirt. The president of the barbell club at Kennesaw, so I kind of run things there with the help of my 2 roomies. And yeah, that's a little bit about me.
Yeah, we are all roommates, so we all live in here, so have a lot of fun. So my name's Noah. I have been in the gym, probably 8 years now. Powerlifting only about 8 months. Chasing national records, national titles, all things like that. It's kind of a little bit about me.
The veteran enters.
Yeah,
here
all hail Andrew.
For powerlifting, I definitely have the most experience here, probably. Yeah. Okay, 6 months, 8, and I've been doing competitive powerlifting. I think first competition was 13 years old, so I've been doing it for 7 years now, 7.5.
Yeah.
7.5.
That's fair. Well, I had the bench record at my middle school, so
that's cute.
You know.
I did at my high school.
Actually, speaking of that, in high school, so that's where I was at.
Actually, speaking of that, we're going to go over. So this is the 225 podcast, everyone. Everyone knows 225 is a pretty iconic number for in the gym. We were going to go over first time
we benched 225.
We benched 225. Matthew?
All right, I'll start. So, as I'm the newest lifter here, probably have the most recent 225 bench. It was at our Kennesaw gym, the Owl's Nest. And I was there alone, and there was this one guy who was on our team, and I was like, dude, I need a spot. He's like, oh, I got to go to the bathroom. He's like, I just took my pre. I was like, all right, man, but like, I'm ready to hit this. And I actually went off program to hit this because I was supposed to be doing blocks, but I was feeling 225 that day. And this man was in the bathroom for 25 minutes. So kind of that Russian rest. I got that 30-minute rest in between sets. And I went for it, hit my 225. My spotter in the back was like, up. And that was it. So it was like a pretty chill 225. I sent it to my coach. He's like, you're off program. And I was like, yep, but I hit it. So that was my first 225, honestly, like a year ago. And I'll never forget that day.
Fair. Okay, so about a year ago. Not bad. I'll go next since you're the most experienced here. But
thank you.
I was in middle school.
Came out of the womb hitting 225.
8th grade. Eighth grade year, middle school. Bremen Middle School down in Georgia.
Bremen.
We are from Georgia, by the way. Kennesaw State, located in Georgia. I'm from Georgia. I think everyone here is from Georgia. But I was 8th grade. I think I did 185 7th grade. Came in with vengeance, 225 in 8th grade. Did hold my middle school record. So probably a lot of bounce, a lot of butt coming up.
It came up, though.
It went up.
Mine was comp standard. Even though it was a year ago. Comp standard.
Yeah, mine was definitely not. But
not a valid record.
Yeah. So I got short arms. I'm notorious for having really short arms. Deadlift sucks. Good bench. 2 bench specialists with a deadlift specialist. So yeah, that's kind of where I started, probably about 8th grade when I benched 225 for the first time.
Mine was definitely later than that. I got mine in high school. I think I got mine. It was either freshman or sophomore year of high school. We were in our weight training class, which was horrible. We had 10 minutes to warm up and to hit a max. Yeah. So you have 10 minutes to max out on every lift. And I think we just threw on 1 plate, a 25, and then a 225 on there immediately. It was probably
still don't do that.
Huh?
I still don't warm up like that.
Yeah, it was probably the sloppiest.
If you don't make 25-pound jumps, I don't want to work out with you.
I want full plates.
Okay, so you go plate, 25, plate, 25, another plate.
I'll purposely not do a rep if I can't do it. Kilos messed everything up for me.
Yeah, kilos threw off the entire.
Yeah, so for anyone new tuning in to powerlifting, because I guess not everyone that's listening to this is
not everybody knows kilos.
So for our comp standard, we do use kilo plates.
Ref explaining powerlifting.
Yeah. Okay, well if y'all would like to take the
one sanctioned competition.
You've probably seen people hit like 4 plates and you're like, oh, 405. Actually, it's 484.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because if they're red metal steel plates.
They're 25 kilos, 55-ish pounds. Everything is kind of ish when you translate it to freedom units.
Yeah, freedom units.
Yeah, I miss high school weight room.
Oh, high school weight rooms.
I feel like now as a powerlifter, we go in, we do the same things every day: squat, bench, deadlift, accessories. Pretty low RPE, unless it's that 1 month out from comp. But high school powerlifting, every day was comp.
Dude,
it was
every day was
225
RPE
loaded
10,
on the
dude.
bar.
I remember in high school walking into the bathroom and kids would be doing SARMs in my high school bathroom.
Are you serious?
As a homeschooler, I missed that.
What?
I didn't get that in the bathroom.
He was also homeschooled.
So that's why I don't have friends.
But yeah,
People
they go
were
into the
actually
bathrooms
doing
and,
that?
Yeah, in the little droplet shits. Swear to
Mine
God.
was just vapes
Terrible.
and nicotine.
We
That's
had that
was like
too,
the
but-
guy who would like chase the people vaping in the bathroom. He'd like walk in and like hide in the stalls to catch people vaping.
That's funny. Yeah,
You were the
he
kid
was
with the
definitely that
camera
person.
just waiting over the stalls. with the
So,
vapes.
kind of getting on the topic of powerlifting as well. So, kind of a barrier to entry for anyone that's new. I personally, in the state of Georgia, we've ran into some complications with barriers of entry into the state. So, powerlifting, you have the squat, the bench, and the deadlift. It's pretty basic. You get 3 attempts at each. Try and get 3 white lights, 2 white lights if you succeed the lift. So, yeah. Powerlifting is not, you can go in there, bench the bar, squat the bar, deadlift the bar, you still are a powerlifter. But in Georgia, we've ran into some barriers of
The
entry.
barrier of entry. I hear a lot of different conversation about this because the USAPL could charge so much more for a membership fee. Like $65 is not a lot. That's our club dues.
Yeah.
But
For a year long to compete as
Right.
many competitions as you want.
65
it's
I think is cool. I think it's the meat fees, but what we're getting in meats. And like as a lifter, to speak for myself, like what I want is I just want a meat that's gonna run. I don't really care about goodie bags. I think the best lifter having something that's cool. Again, I've never been the best lifter, so I don't know what it's like to
Never
get it.
either.
Yeah,
But
never
I
been
still
best
think
lifter.
like I just want a meat that's gonna run. And
Yeah.
you know, the sport of powerlifting, it's grown a lot even since I started powerlifting.
Georgia, it's
but
gotten
like
insane.
growing the sport more and more is the goal. Like that's what I try to do with the club and telling people like, hey, come join our club, pay for the club due, pay for the due to join USAPL. That's who we compete with, United States Powerlifting. Or
Of America.
also spend like $150, $175 on a meat fee. Like if you didn't have a club to pay part of that fee, part of the benefit of joining the club,
Yeah.
that's a lot of money to start. No, you compare it to like when I played rec soccer, that was like $1,000 a semester, and that's a lot. But where is that like sweet spot to powerlifting and like how to join?
And I think a lot of people, like, so for instance, my sister is doing her first powerlifting meet, and I think one of the meets, they're like $150, $170. I mean, that's a lot.
That's
She's
a
17.
lot.
A lot of these people, like the age groups, you can be 8 years old competing on powerlifting.
Especially
Like
for your
just
first
an
meet.
8-year-old, $150
For your first meet, because you have to pay the meat fee and the membership.
Membership is cheaper
Singlet,
for you.
You have to get what is it?
It's like $40.
Yeah,
I think it's.
I mean,
cheaper.
still, but it's the
Yeah.
40 on top of whatever it is for a meat fee. Then you have to get singlets and stuff, and then whatever else
you
you
at
have.
least need a singlet and deadlift socks.
Yeah,
about
that's the bare
$100.
minimum.
Yeah.
Depending on where you get it from.
So, like, all in to
Yeah.
do a real powerlifting meet, you're in like $300.
Yeah.
Just about,
$350 just to compete once. And
Right.
like, for someone that's not super
Yeah.
strong or maybe a little self-conscious about it, I'm not gonna spend $300 if I
Yeah.
don't want it. You know
It's
what I'm
hard.
saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, also like because all of us did sports in like high school.
Mm-hmm.
It's thousands of dollars. Like I did football, soccer,
Tennis, cross country.
tennis, cross country.
Everything, star athlete.
It
Mainly
was
tennis, though. Mainly tennis.
expensive to get into it. So I will say at least if you're treating it as a sport, it's not horrible.
But as a
it's
hobby.
yeah, because like especially now, there's so many people treating it as a hobby, which isn't a bad thing. But it's a big hobby to get into.
So, like, are mock meets beneficial for the community?
Yeah.
I would say they
I think
are.
so. I
would
think
say
having
so.
a low barrier of entry meet that's not maybe even a USAPL sanctioned
Yeah.
meet.
I think they're
that's
overhated,
super.
dude. Like
yeah.
some people,
Oh, yeah.
like a lot of people will hate the fact someone will host a mock meet. We got hate for hosting a mock meet.
Yeah.
Because it
Kennesaw
was
State ran a
taking
mock
away
meet
from other people.
About 8 months ago.
Yeah.
We ran our first mock meet, which went really well.
I was
Actually.
lift
And,
off.
and
Yeah.
Full
probably
platform.
half of them are now committed to doing actual sanctioned
Yeah.
meets. It's they got a small taste because we did it for cheap.
$40.
$40 for a mock meet. Well, my first mock meet was $20. So my first
Yeah.
powerlifting meet, this is when I found my first coach. He calls me and he goes, "This gym I used to train at is having a meet on Saturday. It was Wednesday. So, like, obviously I wasn't prepped for a meet. And I've been powerlifting for about a week at this point. But I was like, let's do it. I went to his house.
To the gym and then bought a singlet and went on the platform.
Literally. I didn't even buy it. I used all of his old stuff. I had his, like, 1920s wrestling shoes and his singlet. And I went and competed. But, like, that was... I watched West Side vs. the World that night before to prepare myself.
That's crazy.
I was like, box squats.
Ooh,
this just got serious.
Another good little thing.
Yeah.
Do y'all ever watch, like, do you have something you do, like a pre-meet ritual?
Pre-meet
like
ritual.
Do you watch a movie? Do you listen to a podcast, a song? Like, do you have something that you...
So mine's super Matthew. I journal before a meet.
You
I
journal?
I write
That
down
is
how
so
I'm feeling.
Matthew.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
That's exactly.
But like that's like to take away the
Journal.
anxiety and like I don't know. I just like to write down
your feelings. Do you write down like your feelings about it, or like what your expectations
No,
are?
not expectations. Like I just like check in. I write down everything, how I'm feeling, where I've been. Even stuff that's not meat related, I just want to like a way for me to let go of like anxiety is to write everything down.
Okay.
Calm my mind. I want to go into the meet. Like I like to be hype, but I want to be hype and use my adrenaline when I'm on the platform. When
no
I'm
reason to be hyped outside of it.
It's like I need to be stone cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say mine is like I've got very specific songs that only come out once every 6 months when not even like the before the platform, but like even like on the drive to the venue. It's like, all right, we have very specific songs that come out only once. Not like they're crazy hype songs, but it's those like childhood songs that you're like, okay, it's about to happen now. We're getting amped.
So for
now.
me, on my most recent meet at States, I
the state meet
in Georgia. So I was like super anxious because it was my first like real meet.
Yeah.
So like
this was a big meet too.
Sleep, and also like it's a big meet. There was 300
So to
lifters
pause
at this
there,
meet.
that's the barrier of entry, right? Noah was not a powerlifter. He did the mock meet, fell in love, and now he's like a USAPL meet guy. It doesn't matter the federation, but like I think that's so important into the barrier of entry. Sorry to interrupt, because like you gotta feed people. Like for me, mine was that little mock meet, and like now I'm invested.
Yeah, and I trained for bodybuilding. I never did compete in a bodybuilding show, but I trained, bodybuilding style, ate, got shredded, all this shit. Yeah. Figured out that kind of was not my calling. And I think doing the mock meet was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I love this. Like, this is so much fun. But so like I had the first meet, which was my mock meet, which I'm really glad I did. And that kind of, I did not have many nerves about kind of what I needed to do. I just had a lot of pressure on myself. So it was me and one other person. I'm not going to name drop or anything, but we were super close, super close in every single
like
lift.
5 pounds.
Literally like
was
5 to
literally
10
down to
pounds
5
away
pounds.
from each other. So I had a super big competition. I'd known about this guy for a long time, and so like on the way there, I was super anxious, didn't sleep. I actually listened to like really relaxing music. I would listen to like
I'll do the same thing.
Snowfall, that song. Shout out Snowfall. Know that song?
No idea what you're talking
Well, you got
about.
it.
No, they know.
They
know.
But like super like, not even like songs, but just kind of like instrumental type stuff, and like tried to really relax my brain. But then when I was there, it was like the motivation stuff. Like
Adrenaline starts kicking in.
Yeah, I didn't
fast.
listen to many like songs or much music. I really was like, Arnold when he's like talking about all this stuff, or like Ron and Coleman. Like even though they're not in the powerlifting realm, it's still like figures that I looked up to for so long and still do. Yeah. Right. And so it was like, yeah, buddy, like all that shit, and I was like, yeah, like going out there
in the weight room,
deadlifting
just yelling
myself.
lightweight.
Yeah, exactly. So like, but that's kind of what I got into. But yeah, it's not on the way there. I was like, I want to like relax, and when I got there, hoods up, not listening to any music, just like.
I saw you sitting at registration.
I was scared.
I'm not talking.
I was checking people in.
Yeah,
I was like, I'm not talking.
So they both did not compete in that meet. Drew
I
was my
competed.
coach. Oh yeah,
I was the day before.
You did the day before. But like the day I was there, like Drew's my coach, so I talked to him that day. What I said was sorry.
No, you said it.
But for that meet, and helped out a lot. Completely handled me, did everything I needed. I did not have to worry about anything.
And he looked good on the
except
platform.
for just,
That's all that matters. I mean,
I did not have to worry about anything except for just lifting the weight that was there. Oh, it's so nice.
I'm like a meet day.
So nice.
I'm not going to use the word, but I am whiny on meet day. Like if my coach walks
If you could
away,
have a handler, dude,
I can't
it's
do
so.
anything.
It was
much
fantastic.
nicer.
Like I'll never
Mapped out.
forget Drew. So he literally like did not drink water for like hours, And I got done with my second attempt bench press. And I almost was passing out, and I needed food, I needed sugar ASAP. My
just
blood sugar was
mother
crashing. I was
freaking out.
Children. And Drew, I will never forget. He needed water so bad, and I was like, Drew, I'm about to I need food, and I will be damned. He literally dropped everything he had and bolted.
I think I pushed the kid down into the bleachers.
Looking for fruit snacks, gummies, anything, and found one of the guys on our team, Sam. Shout out Sam. He stole
Wasn't it the Swedish fish or something?
No, I think it was gummy bears.
A huge bag.
And he went and stole his
2
bag of gummy bears out of his hand, ran it back to me. I popped in bunches of gummy bears, went out, did my third attempt, got it. But
because your second was what, 396, and it was a grinder. It was slow,
and
that was second.
Yeah, we jumped past 225.
Yeah.
No, I'm past.
But so that was a grinder. 396 was tough. And because the pauses at the meet were longer than the pauses I'd ever trained with. So
it's those national refs. You gotta love them, but they're
it's
3 second pause.
It's a different ball game with national refs.
Really?
Yeah.
Me as a ref, I'm press.
Yeah, so that was a problem. That was a challenge. But so we went up 2.5 keys to 402. Yeah. And if Drew had not been there, or me having a handler of any type had not been there, I would have been I don't know what to do. I got to go get my own stuff. I got to run around. So having someone if you're gonna powerlift, having someone handle you is so crucial. I think. It's so important.
I handled most of the team that day because they just 3 people.
Yeah, that's most of our team.
Most of the team. Most
of the guys competing without a handler of that team, I handled.
Yeah. Because we had
I remember it was my first time handling
8,
too, and you just
more than that.
You just sit into that role of handler. It's everything in the warm up room. First of all, as a lifter, I get angry, especially when you have a respectable amount.
Everybody
of weight
just
on the
popping
bar.
in randomly. I'm nah, you're out.
Not that 4 reds is crazy, but having 484 as a warm up, you kind of feel pretty cool, especially for a lightweight like
it's a big.
And this
first off, 3 reds.
One of the guys there was filming his buddy. I'm you are in my way.
Yeah.
And I was about to
They technically weren't supposed to do that.
Trying to talk to me in the warm up room. There's always that one guy at every meet who's he's actually,
you had
we
yours.
need to talk right now. And I'm no. We don't need to ever speak.
It's you do not understand. We are not on good terms.
Warm up room, I could steam. I could get so mad about stuff that happens in warm up room.
Yeah, the warm up room I definitely is
I'm also a gatekeep girl boss at Gaslight.
Yeah.
I'm the only one on the Eleco rack in the warm up room with the kilos. No one else.
No one else gets to touch this. This is mine.
But it's I have to live.
Yeah.
They had pound plates in there, and I was the people who are in last plates use the pound plates.
Oh, God.
Not actually. It's not a big difference. But I'm just I can't be using pound plates in the warmer.
Clip that.
Yeah.
No.
Gatekeep girl boss with the.
I'll say
I only use pound or kilo.
I will train with anything. My first coach was when he did powerlifting, you could show up to a meet and they could have kilos on one side of the bar and pound plates on the other side of the bar. That's how
bumpers
wild
on
west
the other
it
side
was.
of the bar.
But bumpers, literally.
Yeah.
But with USAPO, you're gonna get kilos, and the only bad thing you could ever get is a rogue rack. Nothing against rogue, but don't love the rogue.
They've got pretty.
Let's
thick
just say
legs.
I have both.
We
arms
like rogue
in on the rogue.
We like rogue. Rogue, if you're watching, we
Rogue,
love.
I like your plates,
but
not
in the
your
warm-up
rack.
room, 10 weeks out, 2 weeks out, 3 days out, I will train with pounds.
Obviously, it's not ideal. I don't want.
But if it's warm-up room, I'm I want.
I'll say I've definitely gotten spoiled. Especially Georgia has exploded so much in the way of every gym has to have kilos now. It's definitely a spoiled factor. If we're at Alice,
not every gym. I was working. I used to work at a coffee shop, and this one guy came in selling his gym around. He was giving out, and I was dude, you gotta leave us alone. And it's the third day he'd come in that week, and he comes, and I'm not gonna say it was a big box gym, and he comes, he's we've got this, we have saunas, we have massage chairs, whatever, and I just look at him, and I'm
it's just not what we do.
You have kilo plates, and he was that's the one thing we don't have. And I was I'm gonna say at my gym with a $10 membership.
Also, if y'all don't know who Andrew is, he hosts and provides a lot of equipment for powerlifting in Georgia.
This is our first ad read.
No, I'm saying he knows
what
a lot.
He does
yes, for what he does.
I supply and host a lot of competitions.
He does an incredible amount for Georgia
dabble.
powerlifting, USAPL, and I IPA as well.
PA.
Not just PA.
Just PA.
Oh, just PA.
IPF is
Just kidding.
big.
I'm the newest to Power.
The newest power.
He doesn't know
I don't know
anything.
if it
Best
is.
looking.
But so Drew is super involved in Georgia. Does a lot of stuff like that. There's
Yeah.
a truck outside of our house. And it
I could
was
hear it
Yeah, we
straight
record
into
this in
my.
our house. We actually
Oh,
don't
yeah,
have the
this is
money
in
for
our
a
apartment.
studio.
If you couldn't tell, this isn't a
So if
studio.
you guys want to know like what it's like to live with us, this is where we eat.
Yeah, it's always this super clean too.
It's always this.
And sometimes what?
Wait a minute.
We don't say that here.
We don't say that.
So yeah, another thing.
Yeah.
We brought up a few things we wanted to pinpoint. So Matthew is super wanting to talk about this. Why
I'm excited
powerlifters
about this.
should not drop deadlifts.
Deadlifts. Why you shouldn't slam your deadlifts? I think there's one time you can slam, and that's PR.
Third
If you're
deadlift.
on the platform, no, you don't. You can slam first attempt.
No, you
I don't
can't.
care about
You
muscle
can't
building
slam
on the
first
first attempt, but
can't
we
slam
know
first
that 2/3 of the strength in muscle is built
On the
eccentric, going down. So that's why we do tempo squats, tempo bench. You don't see a lot of people doing tempo deadlift. Most importantly, you see deadlift pauses on the way up to enforce stability in position, and I love that. Like my deadlift, first time I hit 405, the 405 podcast, was when I was doing pauses, and I was like, let me go off program because my positioning was so locked in. But with slamming your deadlift, you are missing out on gains.
You're missing out on.
It's the same as doing cardio. It's
Also-
why I don't walk to get the mail.
If you don't powerlift,
Did I roll?
you should not be bouncing your bench press. Even if you
Don't bounce the
Yeah.
bench press.
do not
That is
bounce your
so
bench press.
bad.
Everyone out there, that is
It's
like
so
I just think like
dangerous.
what I love about powerlifting is the control aspect.
Yeah.
And I think every lifter should bring that in. Is like a great quote I heard is if you can't think about what you're doing at every part of the lift, the weight's too heavy.
Yeah.
Fair.
So like if you can't force your knees over your toes while squatting and make sure you're pushing your knees out, or while benching, pushing your knees out. You kind of do that on every lift.
Yeah.
But like tucking your elbows,
Depending
or on
on
deadlifting, locking your back,
Chocolate.
you know, retracting your shoulders. If you can't be thinking about that, you're going too heavy.
Like,
and
dude,
I
at the
think
end
there's
of
a
the
time
day-
and place. Like I don't care if my form breaks down
Yeah.
on my third deadlift on the platform.
Oh, yeah.
But it's
As long
like,
as it gets
if
up.
it's just a training
Yeah.
day,
It didn't
you,
get up.
you don't need to hurt yourself. Hey, neither did mine. Didn't
Yeah.
break the floor.
Yeah, actually, so another thing. First powerlifting meet, you should go 9 for 9. But
Yes.
Yes.
this is our second, my second. What? How many powerlifting?
Third. This is my third.
So at States, we both went 8
For
for,
the YOLO
9.
dude.
No, you went 7 for 9.
7 for 9.
But I went 8 for 9. Both failed our third attempt deadlifts. Name a worse feeling than that. You can't.
There's so
If I'm gonna miss a lift, I want to be third deadlift.
that's the thing.
Yeah, but it's
Like,
also
that means
Like
Like,
so,
you
I missed
really
my
put
third
it on
squat, and I'll say, unless it's on
That
bench,
sets a tone.
the 2.5 kg jump sucks because you know I am like. So I was just like, I don't even know what happened. I took 9 months in between meets, so I was scared to go back into the platform. Like squats happened
16.
so quickly that I was like, first attempt done, and I felt like
Yeah.
I just started warming up. Second attempt, and my knees just started to cave in. Third attempt, I was almost like, there's no point in me hitting this.
Yeah.
You know, and we put the 2.5, I failed it. I was in my head, you know, like that's
Yeah.
happened before. I've missed 2
Well,
squats.
one of those guys in that meet didn't do their third attempt.
Yeah.
The new
Like
big
some people
powerlifting
just
meet,
skip
the guy
their
from,
third
He had the
attempt.
green singlet on. I forget what country he was
Oh,
from.
in,
he didn't do. He got a.
Sheffield?
Yeah, he
Oh,
did
sure.
his.
Yeah, he just skipped his
Yeah.
third
Yeah,
attempt.
because he wasn't.
I think
Sometimes
there's
it's just like
strategy
it's
behind
not
it.
worth
I think
it.
there is too. I definitely
Was Sheffield one flight? Like,
Yes.
oh,
There's
so
only 24
oh yeah.
lifters, 12 men, 12 women.
Well, I guess 2 flights. The
Oh,
men
okay,
and the
2
women.
flights.
Yeah.
I was about to say because
Yeah.
then they only get like 20 minutes to warm up.
But
Yeah,
like missing your deadlift, I think it's like first deadlift, especially as a deadlift specialist.
As a deadlift specialist,
Like that's all I've got, and I pull hook. So like the first one I go 507 on the bar, like smoked,
Yeah.
so easy. And that was like the
And
third time
you
I've ever pulled 500.
absolutely
I ripped
ripped.
both of my thumbs.
Yeah.
Why you
The-
don't pull hook?
That was
Yeah.
what
What do you call it? The meet, the platform manager.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
platform manager like comes back all angry, like, "Who's bleeding? Why is there blood on the bar?" And I look down and I'm like, "That's me."
Yeah.
And so you can only
You
wrap
could
once.
see the blood from like our point
Yeah.
of view because we were right in front of it at angle. I'm seeing just this blob of
just
this
blood.
wrapped around it.
And so like I go for my second attempt and it was only like 523.
Yeah.
But like you can tell in the video I lock out super wonky because it's slipping from
Yeah.
the band-aid. And I was like, okay, cool. But for me to win that meet, I had to do something crazy.
Yeah.
And so like my coach, what he does, well, I had like my coach, Becky, she's the best. She wasn't handling me that meet because she was
Yeah.
running it. So my old coach actually came in. So shout out to him to handle me. But they put 255 kilos, which is like 560-ish. And I was like,
62.
I looked at it and I was like,
Yeah,
there
that's
was
a big
no
jump.
way I hit this. But then the guy I was competing against lowered his jump.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like the strategy. And so then my coach lowered me down to 250, and I'm like doing the math. I'm like, 550 is a pretty big jump. Like that was bigger than my first to second, even like my warm up jumps. And so I go and I'm like, I go take my brace, and my thumbs just aren't there, and it doesn't even break the floor. And I was just like, I look at my coach, and I was like, damn.
You went for it though.
But I went for it.
Yeah,
I'd
rather go for it and miss than.
I don't think this is a hot take, but I would rather, if I'm not going for like a win, I'd rather overshoot and fail a third attempt deadlift than my third attempt deadlift be like
yeah. Well, so my first meet,
I left pounds on the platform.
8 for 9 was my first meet, and it was like 420 on the bar, or like 412 and a half. I don't know, whatever that number is, maybe 14. And it was like, I got in trouble because I yelled, like, put some effing weight on the bar because it was so light. It moved like an opener.
Yeah.
But that was like my first meet, and I didn't want to miss a third, but I was like, you
First
also
meet's
felt
different.
So good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
First meet different.
First
You should
meet
be conservative
different.
first meet.
Yeah. First meet just 9 for 9.
But I failed my third attempt deadlift too for the win also.
And he had it.
Yeah,
we were both going for we both went for something.
Yeah.
But yours was a little bit more noble because you were at the like lockout.
I was
were
there.
there.
So it was like
Because it came up
upper
fast.
thigh. It was upper thigh move. It was 606 pounds. I'd only pulled 600 once. So I opened with 573, then went to 589, and then was going to pull 606 for the win. Or probably the win. The person that I was competing against was in the flight after me. So this would have made it a lot closer. So I went for 606.
Factor.
Yeah, I pulled 606. So I went for 606. 590 flew. Or 589 flew. Went super quick. So then I was like, load 606. Because you could either load, I think, 600, 606, or whatever, something like that. But I wanted the reds. So 606 is 5 reds on each side.
5 reds
with the collars. So like I was like, I want to try that. Like I wanted to hit that.
You just get hungrier for more reds. First meet I was like 3's not enough. And then I had 4 reds on the bar. I'm like, 4 doesn't look good. Let me get 5.
So like
5
I was like, I wanted
pretty.
that 600 number, and also I had hit 400 bench in competition, over a 500 squat in competition. So I wanted the 456, but I got it up upper thigh, completely ripped out of my hand.
And that's why you don't pull mix.
Immediately right when
You're bleeding on the bar. The platform manager is having to hunt you down. Like, who in the hell is bleeding?
But yeah, so I got it up, but right when I picked it up, there's a fly in the house. Right when I picked it up, I immediately went kind of too fast off the ground.
Yeah.
And
can you go too fast?
Well, my fingers weren't like prepared all the way.
Yeah.
And it completely ripped off like half an inch, which is a lot. A lot of my finger.
Yeah.
And it ripped out of my hand, upper thigh. Ended up losing. It's whatever. It happens. But yeah, so
like losing is great.
It gives you a lot of motivation, I'd say, and it also humbled me pretty quick. I would say, like
it's very humbling.
Watching someone literally just be stronger than you. It's just
it pisses you off.
Someone who should be stronger. Like you feel like you should be stronger.
Yeah, like I went in there completely mentally ready to win and completely mentally ready to just do anything I needed to do. Yeah. And the fact that I had it close.
You had it in your
hand. I missed it.
It was there.
The emotions running during that were absolutely something I've never felt anywhere close to in my life. Like, first off, the adrenaline just going out there, trying to attempt something that, first off, is a PR, a huge number PR, because you're in the 600s now. Like, it's like real big-time stuff now, at least for me. Like, I know there's people
600s
always strong.
now.
There's people that have 700, 800, 900 pounds. But
always a bigger
for
fish.
me, right now, I was like, this is big. Like, I thought 6 was like the biggest number ever.
6 is a big number.
Yeah, so, but we'll be back next time. I think I'm competing in July, hopefully.
First.
Next time, which hopefully I'll qualify for junior nationals. I qualified for C-Nights at this meet. Collegiate nationals. Woo!
I don't even know what we're talking
So my camera malfunctioned, and I only have 30 minutes of video recording.
And we swapped to my camera.
So we swapped to Drew's camera. Yeah, y'all should know that this is being filmed. We have one camera, 2 phones, a lamp, and we have blankets hanging all over our walls to
reduce
help,
echoing.
even though it's still echoing pretty bad. But yeah.
We'll get a studio soon.
Yeah. Maybe if y'all like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Leave a rating. It means so much to us.
Actually, so this should be on YouTube, Spotify.
Hey, let's not make promises we can't keep.
Well, it'll definitely be on YouTube and Spotify. That's not hard to get on. I don't know about Apple Music. How do we get a podcast on Apple Music?
I think we can get it on
just
there.
upload it.
Yeah.
Okay.
We should be able to
It'll
get
be
on
in
there.
all
At the
of
very
those-
least, Spotify and YouTube.
Yes, right. It'll be in all of those places.
Yes.
Anywho, back to what we were talking about.
Yeah.
What were we talking about?
9 for 9. So we opened the podcast.
Oh yeah.
Buried entry.
None of us have gone 9 for 9.
9 for 9 on a meet. You
Not
went
an
9 for
official
9.
meet.
Well, yeah, sanctioned. I meant
I went 5 for 6 in my first meet. Push pull.
5 for 6.
It was a push pull meet.
Oh.
So
That's lame.
Did he even squat?
yeah, I know. I think I would have squatted 315 back then. Though.
What's your favorite lift?
Are we not talking about 9 for 9?
Well, we can talk about
Okay,
that.
let me guess. Favorite lift: bench, deadlift.
I think squat's my favorite.
I think deadlift is the king of all lifts.
I agree.
End of the day, deadlift is the king of all lifts.
Squat's probably the best lift in terms of like functionality and being old.
No.
I mean, just think like with the squat, the position.
Deadlift is the most powerful-esque
like
lift.
squat's the most functional.
I don't care. Deadlift
Like
is
you ever
the
see
king.
like babies and they're just like in an ATG squat and you're like
what?
a baby just like squatting, you know, like you're at the
And
beach.
that's your definition of like
I don't
power.
see babies squatting at the beach ever.
We're like you're just like
I know
that,
what
like,
you're talking about.
You know when you just see a baby who's like sitting in a perfect squat and you're like that's how we should be.
I do.
I don't-
sit in a perfect squat when I squat.
He squats more.
I have the best squat.
He squats. Yeah, that's true.
That's
And the best
deadlift.
deadlift and the best bench. And I
Okay,
think deadlifting
1
goes-
kilo.
or,
1 kilo.
Or in
We're
lifting the least.
really pushing bench
I
press
think-
right
I
now.
think with the weight
just
you
kidding.
have on my deadlift
I
is
also
the weight
weigh-
you have on my body.
50 pounds more. That's
177 is what I competed at.
I
And
almost
would-
benched that.
Okay, but what do you?
That
No, what did you weigh? What did you weigh at the meeting? Pounds.
Oh,
You were
I
like-
thought my kilos. Oh,
Yeah,
I
kilos.
weighed-
You're like
I think I
108.
weighed in at 234.
Okay, so like
233.
around 60 pounds. More
yeah,
than
like
me.
107.
I did a 523. You did 589. I think that's like around 60 pounds.
Yeah, but what's your bench?
Ooh.
What's your bench? Because mine is.
So going 9 for 9,
Go-
I think it's really important.
We all have our strengths and our weaknesses. I would say.
I'm weak in all
Drew
three.
is just weak in all three.
Yeah,
But he's got the beard to make it.
exactly.
Oh, yeah.
I look good.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Also, how old does everyone think Drew is?
Leave in the comments.
Leave it in
He
the
has a family.
comments. I'll reveal it next
He does have a
episode.
wife and multiple children. So,
Huh?
But he chooses to live with us.
yeah. He
college
left his whole family.
I would want to live with us. We have the
would
hottest
too.
apartment. Like who doesn't want to come live?
Yeah,
here?
we don't have the fan on. Really hot in here.
We don't have anything. We don't have any artwork.
We have a Christmas tree up.
We have a.
We don't need
We
artwork.
still have a Christmas tree up.
We
We have
do.
a mirror, the flexing mirror.
Yeah, everybody loves our mirror.
Everyone
we have
comes
a mirror in our kitchen.
full
Or
body
not our
mirror.
kitchen, but like our living room.
Dining
And everyone walks by when we have people over and we flex in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
That's not the most.
the pre-night ritual too.
I mean, I just think it's like you see the TikToks or Instagram reels because that's what I use.
Okay.
Yep, 2 weeks late.
We'll see
People
where
like
TikTok ends
the ideal apartments. Like that's what we created. Of like
We have so
there's
much protein,
There's
so much
always
protein.
Fairlife. There's at least like 30 pounds of ground beef in the fridge.
At least
Ground
Speaking of that, I
turkey.
need some right
ground
now.
turkey.
Starving.
I ate before.
Okay,
Yeah, I
this
should've.
guy. A bunch of protein, way too much pre-workout in this.
If we don't have at least
establishment.
10,000 milligrams of caffeine in this house, we get antsy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not doing things right.
We get
Matthew had a
nervous.
ghost and was starting to tweaking a little bit.
I was
He
doing
wanted a
this for that
second.
ghost.
He wanted a second. Ooh, another thing.
Yeah.
I know we keep on avoiding the going 9 to 9. What's your favorite energy drink? Hot take. Hot take edition. Favorite energy drink. You have one energy drink the rest of your life. What do you drink?
Ghost.
No.
What flavor?
What
you
flavor?
praise Ghost.
What
Which
flavor?
is-
And I'm gonna say a
Citrus.
wild, out of pocket
Okay. I think I could do.
I feel like mine's gonna be weirder than yours.
Mountain Dew Energy Cherry Limeade.
Wow. I was not
How much
expecting.
caffeine
Well,
does that have?
180. So
Well,
it's
okay.
not crazy.
If it's not,
I can drink it
energy
casually.
drink, but I would do coffee
Is it okay?
because I'm like
That's
Okay, for the gym.
That's
For the
fine.
gym.
for the
right?
gym.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's
do
what-
has to
energy
be an
drinks
energy
for the
drink.
gym.
Yeah.
I can't do the carbonation before I work out.
I know. That's why I'm gonna say mine. Mine's the.
Don't say Monster Tea.
No, you can't say.
Are you
pre-workout.
kidding me?
Is that what you were gonna say?
Yeah, I was gonna say the recovery monsters, the new ones, like the lemonades.
That's foul.
How? It's fantastic.
Monster.
No
That is
carbonation.
foul.
It's basically lemonade.
Carbonation makes it good.
No,
No,
okay, but here's-
carbonation
time
makes
out,
me
time
bloated
out.
and have to fart during
It's a
squats.
It's
Yeah, I'm going.
Here's the argument.
I don't want to fart during my squats.
No. The question
Carbonation doesn't make
is
you
this your
fart.
favorite casual energy drink or what you're taking before the pre-workout?
No,
I'm talking about-
before pre. Wait,
No, just
wait.
like before
Are
the
you taking
gym
energy
as a
drinks and pre-workout?
No.
This was my question.
Okay.
His question was
Okay.
not pre-workout.
So
you're
favorite
not going
energy
to the
drink.
gym.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying
I'm talking about
Yeah.
you are on a road trip. You're stopping by a gas station. you're grabbing something, what are you grabbing?
I have variables.
My answer stays the same. I'm staying with my limit.
My variable is
fantastic.
how much caffeine do I need? Because if it's like a casual,
you're a child.
Into a gas station. What fucking energy drink are you going to buy?
I said citrus goes.
Okay, then nothing changed.
That's what you need to
Nothing
say.
changed. Then.
Yeah, I know. But like,
acting like it's
I'm
caffeine.
super tired. White gummy bear rain.
Those are
What's the difference in caffeine on those?
300
milligrams versus
200 versus 350.
Rain
has 350?
No, they do not. It's 300. It 100% is 300.
I
will die on this slope.
Okay, cool.
It's 300.
I don't have the value. So 100 milligrams.
100. And then I have 180 because I like to keep it casual.
Monster Recovery Lemonade or the peach. Peach one's really good too.
The peach monster? I don't like peach flavored things.
Okay, well, shut up. Yeah, that is a horrible take. It's not a hot take. It's just a horrible.
Mango flavored things.
You don't like
mango
peach,
itself,
and like pineapple.
But mango flavor?
I don't even like pineapple.
No,
I'm not a pineapple guy.
I'll eat it, but not.
He doesn't like fruit.
Yeah, I can't eat fruit on its own.
And our favorite edition of Sus or Not. This is our favorite game we play as roommates. You buy blueberries.
Okay, this
and
was
crazy. You don't refrigerate them.
I forgot to put them in the fridge.
For the whole 4 days before mold grew on them.
Okay, and I never ate them. I forgot
not.
to put them in the fridge. I did not think of it. It was the first time I've ever bought blueberries, just in general.
There's definitely a transition from when you move out of your parents' house of like things that you have to just kind of learn.
My mom doesn't put my stuff away.
But I feel like putting blueberries in the fridge is one of those things.
Okay,
you just know.
I do not eat fruit. I hate fruit.
Like learning the thermostat.
That's why you don't deadlift 6.
Yeah.
Are we serious right now? This is
gonna
go.
This is clip this. This is all we talk about. This is why you don't do this. But like the encouragement and the accountability we have is like if I see you walk in with like Costco pizza or like something unhealthy, I'm going to comment on it.
Yeah.
Like this is not.
Yeah, you pulled up with the full Costco
and
half pepperoni cheese pizza.
You're just giving up on your goals.
I'm like, are you just gonna be a fat turd
now? If I see
now?
like a Wendy's bag in your car, I'm like, you're done.
Yeah, no, we ain't going.
Like if I see seed oils in this house. Remember time I'm getting seed oils for like a cooking recipe, and I was like, don't put your oils down the drain.
No, I stole your avocado oil.
That's true.
I stole your avocado.
That's fine though.
The reason you don't put grease down the drain is because it'll solidify. And Drew's dumbass.
Yeah, I did that once.
No, this is a story. First time we come to this apartment, we're like 3 days in. We're finally starting to cook food. We finally bought pans. Drew buys like 5 pounds of ground beef and puts it all in one pan. First problem. 5 pounds of meat.
Is that a problem?
Second problem.
We just
after he cooks it, he gets like a whole glass of the.
You know what it was? I put the lid on and I carried it over to the sink.
And then he dumps a 5 pounds worth of ground beef grease down the sink. I watched him do that, and at that moment, I was like, "This was a terrible mistake."
Moving in together,
I should have never moved in. Right. Our sink destroyed because of that.
But look, guys, no, we're fine. That was like 5 months ago.
We're kind of fine.
Yeah, Matthew leaves a mess everywhere.
Yeah, Matthew is the messiest one in this household. Big time.
Big time.
Matthew,
it's nasty.
If people believed that,
you should see the toe spacers.
Okay.
Oh yeah, sus or not?
Yeah, sus.
Matthew wears hostage tape to bed, toe spacers, and blue light glasses, and wakes up with a red light. Is that sus or not? And that fly is really I'm gonna kill it.
I think it's not sus.
The toe spacers is the toe spacers and the hostage tape. The hostage tape is literally a black piece of tape.
That was for a month. I don't do that.
Yeah, a month.
But he went
a straight month.
They just sent me one. I didn't apply for it. But yeah, here is what I'll say about the hostage tape. I'm not a mouth breather when I sleep. Sleep is optimal. Some of us in this house don't sleep.
I agree. He doesn't.
Sleep is for the weak.
3 a.m.
He sent me a text at 2:15 this morning.
What did I do?
2:16 sent me a text message.
Oh yeah, I
this
did.
Morning.
Couldn't sleep.
Picture of his butt.
And I loved it.
Got a thumbs up on
that. Hey, 9 for 9. Thumbs up.
We'll go back. 9 for 9.
No, I gotta defend myself. Toast Basters, valid. Ancestor living. Because our ancestors.
I don't think our ancestors had toe spacers.
Pretty sure they did.
No, they didn't.
Blue light glasses.
They put
you can't sleep on the blue lights.
I won't sleep on the blue lights. I'm gonna give you credit though for it.
But
I saw him do.
Was cheating.
Yeah,
And
no.
we all pull sumo.
We all pull sumo.
Well,
We
this
all
guy
pull
switches
sumo.
his deadlift stance about.
Yeah, you were every 3 days you swapped.
Yeah, I'll pull
Yeah.
frog, I'll pull conventional, sumo. I just won't pull at all. I love doing that too.
He just like goes up to the bar and he's
I'm
done.
I'm like, you know what?
I'm not gonna do
I'm
it.
feeling a push day.
Yep.
Just drops it.
Okay, that hardest thing about being a gym person, gym rat, gym bro,
Yeah.
is when it's a push day and there's a pull door.
Valid. That's
What do
so
you do
valid.
about
I break through the
I
door.
walk
Yeah,
through it.
you just
I just
push
simply
through it.
walk through the door.
I don't know. It just seems like discrimination. It's gym folk.
I agree.
I think you're right. They should be dual open-sided doors.
I think it should be revolving doors.
What do you do? Leg a door?
Honestly,
Revolving doors.
Revolving
if you're gonna
doors?
pull?
And pull.
Valid. Miss Jean?
Miss Jean,
Revolving doors.
what do you revolving
Have you
doors?
seen the movie Elf? That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm
Cardio.
imagining.
We get rid of the treadmills, and the revolving doors become the new
Cardio? Overrated for weight loss.
Yo.
That's-
okay. So I lost 15 pounds coming into my meet. Didn't do any cardio.
Mm-hmm.
All
I
I
have
did
been
was
190
metabolism.
pounds shredded. I weigh 245 right now. I've weighed
Still good. Good body
215.
fat percentage.
Yeah,
You look
so,
pretty
like,
good.
I was
I'll give you a
really
little
lean at
credit.
190. Like I was, probably
Much leaner
3
than I
weeks
am at
out.
180.
I was like
Yikes.
2 or 3 weeks out of like a bodybuilding show, and so I was super lean at that point. So like, yeah, I've been lean, I've been big, I've lost weight, I've gained weight. I do not think cardio is 100% needed. And
Plus
I think
cardio
it's
sucks.
good, but people
I used to
that-
not
Kills
believe
gains.
that.
No,
I do
I think it
sprints
is.
once a week now. I
Yeah.
used to not believe that, but like, there's a time when you start gaining. Like I went from like 200 to 150 back to like 190. There were some times at 190 where I was like, and I was like, okay, maybe that was a dirty bolt gone too far, but I need to get some like hiking. Perfect.
No, cardio is great. Like
Yeah.
cardio is good, but I think the people that are trying to lose weight and do not weight train and strictly do cardio, like that is not needed.
The hardest thing is when I'm taken out of our space. Like when I was like working and people were talking about like weight loss and like drinking and stuff
Oh,
like
God.
that. I just kind of have to sit because I have this like everything going in my head and be like, everything you're saying is wrong. Or they're like, oh, I've been so good, I'm gonna get this. Or like I'm like, oh my gosh, you're killing me. You're killing your goal. You're killing your gains.
And I also don't believe that you have to be 100% on track at all times.
No.
I think that
I think a
that
nice
is
little cheat
extreme.
A good cheat meal.
Yeah, I think that's
I like
extreme.
cheat
No
meals.
matter, I mean, now I'm talking about the average person. If you're trying to prep for a bodybuilding show, that's different. That's a completely
And
different.
if you're also like the 1% in powerlifting,
Yeah.
like I feel like if you're a top athlete, even like for us, we're pretty locked
In
in,
anyone,
but we
though.
enjoy life. Still.
Like like we should be able to go out with friends, like eat, get a good dinner, stuff like that. So like I think people really think that weight loss is like they take it way too extreme to the point where they crash diet and then they develop like some sort of eating disorder. They start binge eating, and then all the hard work that they did, all the nights they went to bed hungry, all those were for waste. When if you take it nice and slow, you don't need to kill yourself with cardio. Like first day weight loss, they're like, okay, I'm gonna go run like 5 miles.
Sleep is
And
not
only
good.
eat like
You
1,000
can never
calories.
sleep. Going to bed hungry is not good.
Yeah,
unless
and-
you're financially in that spot,
Oh,
you should
God.
not be going to bed hungry.
Yeah, well, yeah, okay. I'm talking about gym
Clip
related
that. Clip
stuff.
that.
Unless, like I said, unless you're in a bodybuilding show, that's a completely different realm. But like a lot of people start off
Stop
trying to
tapping
lose
the
weight.
table. It's so loud.
A lot of people,
This is why we have to know listeners.
a lot of people.
We're
But
gonna
a
be doing
lot of people try
ASMR
to lose
after
weight. I'll
this.
stop tapping.
We're gonna be looking back at this podcast like, what were we thinking?
But no, but a lot of people try and lose weight, and I do not think that they do it as optimally as I could. And I think they take into account like, oh, cardio is the only way to lose weight. Like weight training's not valid. Like
Right.
you don't need to be on the treadmill 2 hours a day. You don't need to be running all the time. You don't need to be eating,
Most people
1,000
in
calories.
prep aren't even in the treadmill 2 hours a day.
Yeah, and I mean,
Yeah,
like, and
that's
if they are, it's final like week or two.
Right.
Like it's not every day.
Like you would
All
think
the time.
bodybuilders know how to cut the best. They do.
Yeah, they
Like,
do.
why are we
Yeah,
listening?
I was about.
but like I mean, they do. But like for the average Joe that goes to
Right.
the gym,
How
is a
about
little
the wrestling
overweight.
cutting?
What?
I like wrestlers cut.
Oh God! Like
They'll
that's
lose
the
20
crazy. Like
pounds
that's
in
the most
24
unhealthy
hours.
way to do things. And also,
Water
I'm
cutting can be
also a
sus.
big component
It's
of like
scary.
do it as healthy as you can. Like I don't think unless like bodybuilding wrestlers have to do it,
Yeah.
but like unless you're in a predicament like that, it should be as healthy, as slow, as nice as
A
possible.
pound to 2 pounds a week.
Even 2 pounds is unless you're
Yeah.
overweight, like obese, that's a lot. So I think that there's a loud thing up there. But
a lot of
I think for the
carbs.
average person, like anyone like us, I think
Yeah.
between 0.8, 1.2, somewhere around that good 1 pound a week range would be ideal. And like I'm about to lose about 10, 12 pounds. I'm going on a slight cut after my birthday, and like it's gonna last like 12 weeks. Like I'm gonna lose 10, 12 pounds in 12 weeks because also in our sport we don't want to all of a sudden drop 10 pounds because that will affect us. Like 100%.
No one talks
huge.
about that.
Mm-hmm.
When I bulked up to 190, 194, I got really strong. And my brace felt so good. Like I could brace so hard. And when I got back down to 180, I feel like I wasn't even like had nothing to push like brace against.
Weight does move weight at the end of the day.
Yeah, mass moves mass. Mm-hmm. I mean, look at Sheffield.
I think it's ass moves mass.
No.
Oh, that's what we call it.
All right. On that note,
Matthew is sitting down, but Matthew is cake. Clip that.
I can't even do flies at the gym.
He can't even walk around this house
without knocking something over. Like we have all these cameras and tripods up. It's a Matthew, calm down. Let us move the stuff real quick.
Terrible.
The lies about me that
it's really inconvenient. Actually,
it really kind of sucks, dude.
Yeah.
I want to set up a nice meal on my table.
No one's listened this far.
No, I mean,
no, I bet
be a few.
Yeah. Negative Nancy over here.
I mean, we're doing this for a reason.
Yeah. I just don't need like my coworkers listening.
Your coworkers.
Matthew, I heard you're caked up.
Yeah,
I'm sure they know.
Look down.
They can hear
they
you
talk about it too.
Yeah, you guys aren't dealing with it. Let's be real here.
But are we wrapping this up?
Yeah.
We happy with this?
That was good.
I'm happy with this. This was a great first podcast. Thanks you everyone for listening. We can do an exit if you'd like.
Oh, I guess.
Yeah,
you were starting it, but I'll let you continue.
Thank you guys for listening to the 225 podcast. We'll see you all next time. I'm not sure the intervals of which we will record, but we will see you then.
Try once a week.
Bye.